think we're live. Yeah. So good evening, everyone. George Donnelly here, another BCH Ignite live stream. Today we're talking about can professionals ever replace Grassroots and Bitcoin Cash? So let's see. What's the situation? Let's look at so this series and we're 68 days until the Bitcoin Cash network upgrade. Yeah, I think when I said I would do this every day until the network upgrade, my eyes were a little bit bigger than my stomach. I have a lot of stuff going on, so I'll probably gonna switch to weekly pretty soon. Really, there's been no new news on this front. The number of the percentage of BCH, guaranteed 100% money back if you're not satisfied. Percentage of BCHN blocks is now up at 54.8% of the last 1,000. All the pools are right around, their relative distribution is not changing very much. So really, I don't think anymore that this is going to be fought out in terms of mining hash. Let's see. Oh, damn. I didn't give out the link to join. I am so sorry. Hold on. Damn it. What did I do with that? Okay. Yes, I am. I do apologize. All right, and anybody is welcome to join. I'm going to drop this in the description. Tried hiring a virtual assistant to help me with this, but it seems they're too busy doing nonprofit activities. So yeah, today's question. Let's see if yeah. All righty. All right, welcome, Kieran. Thanks for joining again. So, so this controversy, I think, is its most distinctive characteristic is really very few people give a damn because there's just not that much activity around it. Which to me, I think that that's kind of confirmation that Amarty is just lost. We need to focus even more than ever on building. So how are you doing?
Not too bad.
Cool.
Still a bit cold here.
Yeah, it's raining really hard here. We had a huge gust come in over the mountains. So the one question that came up with the whole ABC thing was that, finally there would be funds to hire professionals. And to me, that has always smelled of corporate lackeys. And I've seen that happen before where you bring in people who don't share the vision. And I just don't see how that could turn out well. What was your impression on that?
Well, I mean, Yeah. The problem there is, I think you probably summed it up quite nicely with the corporate lackeys side. You remove the incentives for well, people that aren't involved directly with the core group to participate, and I think you need people outside, the core group, participating for it to succeed.
Oh, what's that? Is that non-alcoholic cane sugar stuff?
Yeah, it's good.
So how did they make it non-alcoholic?
No idea, but it tastes good. So
it's like but it's like made from cane.
yeah, it's the same process as white rum, but without the alcohol.
Oh, cool. There's a really cool drink that they make like on the street corner here in Colombia, where they run cane through like a press, and it squeezes out this dark brown juice, and it is, especially you put some lemon in that, it is so delicious, so refreshing. So yeah, actually I saw this kind of thing happen at Dash, where they formed this Delaware corporation, and they started hiring all these people with these with these corporate backgrounds. So this flashy CTO, this like product manager, this some product owner, like all these corporate titles. And I don't think any of them are bad people, but none of them were there because they had a vision of what cryptocurrency could do for the world. It was all about, what, like, what are the use cases? What are the competitive advantages? What are we building? And at the end of the day, like, they were all corporate lackeys. So like, it was all, I felt like when it came time, because in Dash, like, there was only really one mobile wallet that I could use. And so, and they controlled it. And so anytime that I was like, hey, I found a bug, or hey, I want to make this well, bugs were better because I could deal with the tech guys directly. But anytime I was like, hey, we should implement this feature, or you should think about it, it was always like passing it up a corporate chain, because I knew I passed it up one level and it stopped. It was just didn't go anywhere. And I don't see, like, that's not the world we live in anymore. Like, this is not 1950s corporate firm, with a whole bunch of middle managers. Like, I think it actually requires real vision to be here. Don't you think?
Well, I mean, in the early days, something like this, you need a lot more dedication. So
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, especially at this time when, like, with this whole network upgrade thing and the bear market, like, there aren't that many people who are going to stick around just for like some paycheck or something. Like, people who don't have a philosophical commitment are looking for what's going to bring them the highest payment. And they sense, like, also there were, I had when I was running my adoption organization, and I had 80 people, whenever a signal came down that things were kind of turning downwards, like, I would lose a few people would resign, because they're like, oh, this isn't as organized as I thought. Oh, this looks like it's headed downwards. Like, average people are not like, it requires I think a lot of emotional strength to stick with something like Bitcoin Cash through all the ups and downs. No?
I mean, like you can see that empirically, right? Even like with the market cycles, you had a whole bunch of people come in 2014. Some of them stayed, but a lot of them left, and then we saw that in the same, but to a much larger degree. 2017, a whole bunch of people came in, and not a lot of them stayed. You know, when things are on the up, right? Like a lot of people want in, but when things aren't doing so well, like they leave in droves.
Yeah. So once again, I just want to make it clear, anybody is welcome to join, you know, even if you hate my guts or think I hate your guts or we radically disagree. The Zoom link is in the description and the chat. I think this is like, I think the next upswing could be pretty soon. And, you know, I think we can manufacture upswings too. Like, look at read.cash. There are a lot of people over there trying things out. In fact, so much so that I'm pretty sure Simon is overwhelmed. Like, I had some people contact me about them being blocked or muted or something. And I just suspect Simon can't keep up with it. You know, like, it's a little bit of a victim of his own success, maybe. But I feel like there's so much that we can do to continue moving forward, no matter what happens, and that we really have to. We have to keep up that enthusiasm. You know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the problem is, uncertainty does make that quite difficult. I know a lot of people that have basically completely hitched their wagon to the success or failure of this kind of thing, of Bitcoin Cash. So you can't really ask people to do that kind of thing if you've got this amount of uncertainty.
Yeah, and looking at the price, you know, it fell pretty hard. It's at 229 right now. Although Polkadot has fallen below us, and we're kind of trading places with Chainlink, every now and then. And Bitcoin SV is still several spots below us, which I think is a net win for Bitcoin Cash. For as much as these listings are worth anything, which I think they are worth something. I think that at the end of the day, everybody's always, I think we're so infested by the whole speculators attitude. People jump from news to news. They want the price to go up. When the price is going up, yeah, you're cool. And when the price is going down, oh my God, you're dead. And it's so easy sometimes to get infected by that whole thing. I still think we are so close to ground level. And we still have a lot of really hard ground level work to do. And I don't know. I still think the developing world, I know there are people who are into the whole Wall Streetization thing, but I'm kind of into the whole developing world thing. And I feel like Cash is validation. The whole influx of Filipinos and people from Bangladesh and whatnot. The whole Zapit thing. Did you see Zapit has a new? They've implemented the SLP dividend tool in their wallet?
Yeah, I've been watching their development pretty closely. I'm gonna go and open Sabbath wallet up again now and take a look. I'm not sure if it's because I did see that they put it into the beta.
Oh, is it just in the beta?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's made it out to the public release yet.
Let's see.
So it is still in the beta.
Okay. So I think this is. Yeah, so it looks like this was posted. Yeah, so here's a demo from 2 days ago, sending Zapped. That's their token airdrop to Zapped holders. Let's take a look. Okay, so you're sending. Okay. Right. Okay. Pretty cool. Pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely a nice integration. I don't know. Bitcoin.com is also looking at doing something similar with their wallet. So it's good to see SLP getting adoption.
Yeah, there's also like, I don't know. I'm kind of concerned also that people are just kind of putting features into wallets without really a plan behind it, you know. And I think that's a risk also with the whole Badger wallet thing, because I see a lot of people building on Badger, but there's no maintainer. That seems a little fragile. But also, like, if I open Bitcoin.com wallet, it has so much stuff. Let me see if I can find it. So first of all, like, it has two, it has BCH and BTC, which is complex to explain. And then the whole Discover thing, it just has so much stuff now. It's like, I think the wallets people are building are still like 1.0 level wallets, and now they're just send and receive basically, and they're kind of HODL wallets. And now I just wonder if people are just throwing the kitchen sink, everything but the kitchen sink into them in order to see what sticks. I don't know. Am I off base there? What do you think?
Yeah, I don't think you're off base, because there are, a lot of people don't really fully understand just the send and receive style wallets to begin with. So, I mean, let's see. Well, even just starting out with like the 12 words, right? Like a lot of people they're like, oh, okay, where's my username? Where's my password? Oh, if I forget my password, like what button do I click? So even starting from there, you've got a pretty big hurdle to overcome with the 12 words backup. So throwing like the kitchen sink into every wallet might not be the best course of action, but I still think there's a place for some wallets to kind of be a bit more feature rich and give people that have the know-how a bit more access to features.
Yeah, I just think like the like it might be interesting to build a whole series of wallets around specific tasks. So like a wallet that's just made for remittances, and maybe it can give birth to actually dozens of remittance companies across the globe, and they can all use essentially the same wallet, but they can customize it for their particular use case. And it can be completely oriented just to, the functions that are needed for remittances. Because these, I feel like most of these wallets are just like there's no vision, there's no utility around it. It's just, hey, here's coins, send and receive, and here's all this content about it too. You know?
Yeah, I think maybe what we need to see is perhaps a set of like access standards for wallets start to emerge. So, you look at like your 12 words, right? There's actually a fairly extensive level of thought that's put into the whole system behind that. So originally, you had way back when, you had to go into some weird folder on a computer and find this file, right, like a wallet.dat file, right? And you'd have to go and copy it, and you'd have to go and save it somewhere. And then every time, am I coming through clear?
Yes. I think the problem is on
Okay.
my end. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, your video just locked out for a bit, so wasn't too sure. So yeah, way back when you had to go and find your wallet.dat file, and then back that up somewhere, and then every time your wallet went in, the Bitcoin application, because it was only really the Bitcoin Qt client.
Mm-hmm.
So every time that went and generated a new wallet, you'd have to go and back up the file again, because each wallet was like its own set of keys. Then we had HD wallets, right? So that would take a single set of like keys and generate multiple addresses from it. That progressed on, you got that standardized into BIP32. What BIP32 allowed us to do is say, okay, this is how you have you get a seed and generate keys from it. But the problem with that is that's all well and fine, the method, but every wallet was generating addresses and keys on different parts in this, like in the BIP32 system. So I think the first thing that was actually tackled was rather than having to store some weird set of characters, right? You got BIP39, which let you store things as a list of words, which is where you got the 12 words from. And then I might be forgetting the exact bit numbers, but I think it's bit 43 and bit 44. Don't quote me on that. But they defined the purpose field and exactly how wallets should go and derive the addresses. So that got standardized, and now we've got like slip 44, I think, which is the Trezor they're like Satoshi Labs guys, standardize the derivation parts for various different cryptocurrencies. So there was like a process where we had all of these wallets doing well. We had one wallet doing this very suboptimal thing. A bunch of wallets came out and tried to fix that problem, and then we started to converge on a interoperability standard. So I think we're seeing that again, where we've got a whole bunch of wallets coming out with all these different features. Some of them support like SLP, some don't. I know like Electron Cash. I haven't actually tried it yet, but I have noticed that it'll go and like identify SLP outputs, even though it's not able to spend them. So it'll prevent you from burning your outputs. Some wallets will have like full SLP support. Some of them will like just treat SLP tokens as any other Bitcoin Cash output and just ban them. So you've got all of that now. I think that needs to start going through the BIP32 process, if you will, right, where you've got a series of iterations of the improvement, which kind of builds out interoperability, and then we've got a new launching point to kick off into the next stage of innovation. I think that's kind of missing in Bitcoin Cash. You look at Ethereum. So part of the reason that Ethereum, like all of this DeFi stuff, right? It would be so much cheaper to do it on almost any other chain. There's a lot of chains out there that are very willing to have all of this stuff operate in them. And the transaction fees don't spike up every time there's a little bit of demand. But I think the reason why we haven't seen that is because Ethereum's just got this whole, you started out with, all right, well, I've got to somehow connect my Ethereum wallet to these smart contracts. So you got like Web3 start to emerge. So MetaMask did something there. Web3 happened, and then we had a whole bunch of different wallets. And people were like, okay, well, I've got Web3, but now what if I have my wallet on my phone and I still want to interact with dApp, right? How do I do that? And we started seeing like things, a bunch of different solutions come out. And then we started to standardize into like an interoperability standard, like Wallet Connect. So, and like you'll notice that regardless of whether, I could be using Wallet A, for instance, right? And if the maintainers of Wallet A decide that they're not able to maintain it anymore, I can seamlessly jump over onto Wallet B without having to, redo all of my stuff. And then I think more importantly, on the developer's side, if Wallet A goes down, right, and all of my infrastructure is depending on Wallet A, I don't want to have to be like, oh no, I got to rebuild like the whole front end to my application from the ground up again. It's a lot easier just to be like, okay, well, Wallet A went down, but I can just redeploy using, provider B or whatever, and just have these set of like composable interoperability steps where I'm not constantly like I'm more able to innovate, and I'm not constantly bogged down having to maintain the same systems because the floor keeps getting yanked out from under me. I think that's contributed a lot to Ethereum's success, and I think that will contribute a lot to Bitcoin Cash's success. I think the read.cash guys are actually pretty on top of it with the mainnet.cash thing that they're trying to do. So I'm pretty excited for that. But I think there needs to be a little bit more focus on on interoperability standards. I know I went off on a bit of a tangent there.
No, that was great. I learned a lot from that. Yeah. So mainnet.cash, for those who may not be aware, is this project, which is being run by the founder of read.cash. And basically the idea is, so it looks like he's going to provide libraries for a few different stacks. Because he's got browser plus local storage, Node.js, Java, Python, PHP. I can't believe he's going to build it for all of these. That seems.
So the idea is he's not going to build it himself. He wants to set up a fund for developer or other developers to come in and build out the various components. Because mainnet.cash as a whole is a very expensive project.
But yeah, it seems like he's going to be focused on kind of JavaScript, creating simple stuff that's going to support building more web apps that are powered by Bitcoin Cash. And this project is at least this first phase is funded. I think he raised like 200 yeah, that's a video file. I think he raised around 200 BCH. There we go. Oh, 750. Okay, he raised 750 BCH. Very nice. Speaking of which, unfortunately, Hayden's flip starter did not complete again. I think that's kind of unfortunate. Although I'm not surprised at the outcome at all. It came within 100 BCH.
I was trying to scramble close to the end and up my pledge, but wasn't able to make it in time. I don't really think it would have made a difference anyway, because I'm not quite in the position to dump something like 100 BCH into it. So, oh well.
Yeah. Yeah, so I exchanged a message or two the other day with the lead maintainer of Badger, and apparently, basically they need to report it over from MetaMask because MetaMask refactored, and so Badger now is kind of the famed and fabled spaghetti code. And as I've said a few times, like if somebody wants to take this on, I'm game to help on the business, fundraising, marketing, communication side. I think
so.
Yeah.
If you pop over onto my GitHub, just before you go any further, /MESQUK.
MESQUK. MESQUK?
A on the end.
Right. Okay.
Yep. Now you probably have to jump into repositories, yeah. Right, top one. BCH wallet.js. Perfect. So people are free to contribute as well, but yeah, I probably need to push the latest code state.
So you're looking to build What? Give us the overview.
It's a framework to basically act as a backend to BCH wallets. So the likes of Badger or any kind of React Native wallets over in on mobile, or Electron on desktop, or even just a web browser wallet.
Cool.
So I'm hoping something like this makes maintaining a wallet a lot easier.
I saw something, I don't remember where, that the SLP Foundation might be sponsoring like a 3-week long hackathon, maybe in October. I don't remember where I saw it. Maybe this project could get in on that.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, I know Chris Troutner is actually working on something similar. Um, he's got the BCH CLI wallet, or the SLP CLI wallet, which is fairly similar, but I think it acts more as a demo rather than like a maintainable framework.
Yeah, I've seen his the PS Foundation.cash, his the white label web wallet, and yeah, it's got kind of got warnings on it and whatnot. And also at the so there was a hackathon just this past weekend, BCH DevCon, and Richard created a very just the very beginnings of a web wallet. And actually we did a live stream on the same channel this morning about that. Hello, Harry. Thanks for joining us. And yeah, there were 16 projects, and oh, you joined us there at the end, Kieran, didn't you?
Yeah, jumped in right at the end. I would have been there for the whole thing, but I was doing some filming work earlier on in the night.
Awesome. Yeah, so there was let's see. So a Bitcoin trading bot, SLP on cash script. The SLP transaction notification service. So some guys, I think in South Asia, put together a service that works off of in Slack, and will give you notification when you get payments to certain addresses. Let's see. Hedgy.cash showed off a let's see. Oh yeah, so it was like like a very MVP use of the whole hedging function in what's that? In what is that? Any hedge. Rides.cash is a really cool ride sharing service prototype that Christian did. There's a pretty good looking arcade game where you buy like for 25 cents in BCH, you get 5 plays. An NFT naming service based, an NFT based name service, which is pretty interesting. And this cash script playground. Let me see if I. Yeah, I'm not finding it in my history, but basically it's like it's a web page where you can write cash script code, and test it out. It's really well done by Roscoe. SLP.cocktail. Okay, decentralized coin joins for SLP tokens. That was pretty impressive. A betting smart contract service built on any hedge. Hush Your Money by Shomari Prince is it will take a wallet and give an analysis of how private it is and some other things, and the presentation is really extremely well done. It was a game. We didn't get to see that one, and Richard's web wallet.cash, just an MVP web wallet. So that was pretty encouraging. Did you see? Did any of those projects grab your attention, Karen?
So, let's see. So you've got SLP on cash script. That's pretty cool. But it kind of got a soft spot for cash script. Bitcoin Cash activated microcontroller. That was an Arduino thing I remember discussing with a guy.
Jet.
Yeah.
Jet. I couldn't actually understand that presentation.
So he's basically built a little Arduino. Well, it's Arduino powered. It uses it's an ESP32, but basically you can get it to do things based on actions that happen on the Bitcoin Cash blockchain, which I think that's cool. You can potentially take that and build out like a vending machine or something like that, or it might just end up being a toy project, but it's still cool. I'm going to go and look at this rides.cash prototype.
So we had someone join the call. Hello?
Oh, back to connecting to audio.
Oh, yeah. So, by the way, anybody's listening? Oh, we lost the other participant. But I'm working on organizing a live stream on probably Friday about governance. Especially because I'm now working on this whole Bitcoin mining parliament thing, which is pretty cool with Javier, which basically permits miners to talk with their hash power. So I think that'll probably happen Thursday or Friday. And if anybody listening wants to join that conversation on governance, just let me know on Telegram or Twitter are best. So are you looking at rides.cash?
Yeah, it looks like does look like a pretty cool proof of concept. What were the other projects there?
Yeah, I mean, I was able to call, to put in his address to request a service, and then it pops up an invoice using that Bitcoin.com invoicing service, and there was another step. I don't remember. Oh yeah, and then there was also there's selection of beginning point, end point, and then payment. And I think that's as far as it has gotten so far. So there have been several attempts at that. So there was a really interesting project by some guys in Poland last year that was actually we were gonna demo it with them here in Colombia, and they got really far. Uh, sharing is like everybody wants to do ride sharing, it's like bread and butter.
Yeah. So I just looked through the web wallet.cash code. I mean, it's actually pretty neat. I think it's good place for someone that's a React developer or similar to jump into Bitcoin Cash and get a good feel for things. So that's nice.
Yeah. All right. Well, did you have any other topics you wanted to discuss? I gotta say, I'm kind of out of topics. I feel like the whole daily live stream thing is in jeopardy. Like maybe I should move to weekly live streams, and then I'll do like more regular vlogs.
All right. Let me see if I can find a topic.
No, I mean you don't have to go looking. I just wanted to give you a chance in case there's something on your mind.
I mean, we've still got like 12 minutes left, right?
Sure. Oh, did you see Crypto Phil is going to shut down?
Yeah, I got their email.
Yeah.
I've only got dust in there. I can't. I can't pull my dust out.
I had some drop tokens that I pulled out, but they're the exchange's tokens, so who knows if they'll be worth anything anymore.
All the tokens that I've got in there they're too the amount's too low to trade or pull out. So
Roger's going to host a meetup in Antigua.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay. I thought it was over in St. Kitts. Oh, same area of the world, island hopping, I guess.
Yeah, it must be like next door islands. Although I think they're different countries.
Yeah, St. Kitts and Nevis, and then like Antigua's. I think they're all part of the West Indies.
Mm. Yeah, it's pretty short hop.
Oh yeah, they're literally next door. Yeah. Measure distance from there to there. I've been in cities that are like easily 4 or 5 times the distance. between those two islands.
Hmm.
So, yeah. Cool. I mean, if Antigua turns into another BCH hub, well, the more the better.
Absolutely. Yeah, I feel like the volume. Oh, here's something. Have you seen BCH.games? So I think these guys are. I had a chat with these guys, but they're probably anonymous. But basically, they give you a little bit of BCH, and then and you know it's not like the best Mac, but I mean it shouldn't be this laggy. I feel like the quality of Apple's just gone downhill. So
I've got
basically,
a
you
Mac as
can,
well.
yeah.
Been having the same issues. Pulled it apart and was like, oh, is it like a dust issue? So I was looking at the thermals. They got a bit high. Pulled it apart. I was like, maybe it's a dust issue. Pulled it apart to clean it. Nothing there. In the end, I ended up just finding a program which would like force the fan speed higher.
Oh yeah.
That seems to have solved my performance issues for now.
Oh, okay. I'll have to ask you that later. Yeah, actually, I fooled around with this, so I don't have any money in here now. But and I had a chat with them. I don't understand how it works, but I think the more you turn up this target, the more your chance of winning. Although it's definitely not that simple. But it's it's a new project in BCH. It's it looks real nice, and they're looking for people to try it out and let them know what you think about it.
Okay, so I guess I just lost 4 in a row. Oh, okay. So if I pull it right down to the bottom, I'm winning a bit more often. Right. Right to the top, and I'm probably gonna lose everything. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, so they've got a little faucet as well inbuilt.
They've got a little what?
They've got a little faucet built in as well.
Mm.
It's nice. Yeah, I mean the interface is pretty clean. Well, definitely a lot better than Satoshi Dice when that launched. Um, is there still an operating version of Satoshi Dice?
I don't know.
Let's see. Okay, there is. Yeah, BCH, of course. Yeah, so more or less the same. Pick your multiplier and then send coins.
So, what are your plans for this week? What are you aiming to get done?
Okay, let's see. I probably need to get back on Common Fund for a little while. Oh yeah, of course. There's a BCH meetup on Thursday.
Oh,
Um,
right. In Perth.
yeah, I ended up going to the restaurant on Saturday,
Couldn't resist.
but I got a lot of food. Got like dinner and then lunch the day after as well. Just a bunch like takeaway. Um, yeah. Unfortunately, when I went in, I think they had like a temporary worker or something on, so they don't know how to operate the Bitcoin Cash side of things. So I had to pay with dirty fiat. But
That's happened to me at merchants that I've affiliated to. Like I've gone in there and like the whole staff changed from one week to the next. And when we noticed that happening a couple times, we started instituting like a staff training program, but then trying to schedule the training was a nightmare.
well, the usual person's going to be in during the meetup, I believe. So we'll be able to buy in purchase things in BCH. That'll be good.
And does the owner accept because they get it, or some other reason?
Oh no, I think they definitely get it. Yeah.
Cool. That's the best.
Yeah. No, they receive and they hold the actual BCH themselves, so they don't use a payment processor.
That's the best.
It's good. Yeah. Well, they're BCH only. Now they did BTC and BCH for a little while, but the fees were. I don't need to explain more. Just fees.
Yep. Fees. All right. Well, I think we'll wrap it up there. Yeah. Thanks so much, Kieran. Thanks so much for being on. Real pleasure speaking with you as always. And yeah, have a great day. And we'll keep building.
You too.
Talk to you, man.